Slimehouse TV, myself, Theo Kane, just here in the car with man like Bentlegs, and today we're on the road heading to Tamworth to film what will be a two-part episode on Slimehouse TV. So in the first episode, we're going to meet up with one of my favourite YouTubers. I've not been onto his stuff for long, but the stuff that he makes is really, really impressive. It's Ollie over at I Made This. So we're heading now to his house in Tamworth, and this is a guy that not only has a career in stop motion animation, making amazing music videos and movies and that kind of thing, he's also a great restorer of toys like Toxic Crusaders. Like, his restoration videos are incredible, and he's also got a very impressive toy collection. So we're going to be checking out all that stuff. While I'm there as well, I've also got a box of stuff that I've had delivered to his house to go through, so it'll be a bit of a pickups video. I don't even really know what's in there. Some toys, some VHS and some other cool stuff. We're also going to be doing a cameo in his new movie. Myself and Bentlegs have got a little role in his new movie, which we're going to be filming while we're there as well. Just a quick thing on a green screen, but that'll be a lot of fun. I've had to learn lines and bring a costume and all sorts. So lots of cool stuff to look forward to today. Let's see how we get on. So tell me about your toy collection stuff, because that's actually how I met you, isn't it? I met you through the toy fairs and the toy scene. It wasn't even through the filmmaking thing that we've got in common in the YouTube channel. It was literally because I knew you as a toy dealer. I'm seeing like a lot of Playmates, a lot of that gross out neon toxic late 80s, early 90s stuff. Yeah,
it's just stuff I grew up with when I was a kid. Like, I went to America on holiday with my family when I was about 7, 8 years old, and the one toy I came back with from KB Toys was that Toxie. And I just loved him ever since, and it was hard to find them in the UK, if I remember. I kind of have a vague recollection of them being in like bargain stores, but being that age, I didn't have the money to like...
All mine were from a bargain store on holiday. I don't think they had like a massive run here in England. They did, but not like the Ninja Turtles or something.
So thankfully I bought them all before the prices suddenly gone all like rocketed up.
Yeah.
But,
which they have now since lockdown and things.
Still missing a few accessories and that. But I just adore the sculpts. Like, I think Varna Studios did these and the Turtles. But like, sculpts are just fantastic. And like, if you go into how they did it, so they'd make a solid version out of clay and then they'd sculpt the detail in wax. Like, wax? How do you do it in wax? I have no idea.
And you've got some really rare accessories, like you got the pipes on the Radiation Ranger. I still don't have a set of original pipes on my Radiation Ranger. No, I've got reproduction ones that I got my friend to make me. So like, they don't look exactly the same. But yeah, those pipes are really hard to get now. So when we were in the car on the way here, I was mentioning Ollie is a very good restorer of old 80s and 90s toys. And you see a lot of people online that like restore Star Wars and that kind of thing. And it's very impressive, but this thing that he's restored here is probably one of the best restorations that I've ever seen. The way that you did this is crazy. You did a video covering it all, didn't you?
I did.
Can we get it down?
Yeah,
This is a hideous hovercraft from Toxic Crusaders. This thing has so many accessories, and it takes a very particular person with a very particular skill set to be able to pull something like this restoration off.
Yeah, so basically, it only had one handle, and it had one of these little slime faucets. It didn't have this like stack at the back. So I had to make that from scratch. I made it out of pencils and that, and then cast it in resin. So yeah, I only had one handle, so I had to make a second handle. I had to make this little part here that kind of connects the like the gun turret. And then, as I said, I made another one of those.
A little faucet.
Yeah, so the colour's a little bit off, but I can always do another one.
Oh, so that's the original next to the reproduction one.
That's the original one. So I just need to cast the plastic a bit darker, but I can do that eventually one day, but I'm not going to be bothered.
But you did a whole video covering this. I'll link it down in the description. Yeah. Obviously, I'll link your whole channel in the description, but like, you went in from everything to finding like these little coloured bands that went on these, like to get the exact right coloured band.
The one thing I was most happy about was, because obviously you put slime in there, push it in, slime comes out. That's the one thing I wanted to make sure worked, and it does. So when you push, I mean, I can show you if you want.
Yeah, if you don't mind, let's get some slime in there. How many accessories does it have?
Too many.
There's just 8 of them, I suppose. So there's like 20 odd accessories to go with this thing.
So I mean, I had to make 6 myself, plus all the stickers and that.
Oh, we're cracking out the slime.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is Slimehouse TV, isn't it?
Will it go through with those little polystyrene balls in?
Yeah, it'll be alright, I think. You have to like... Come on, get in there, come on. Right, if...
Like tip this thing up.
Yeah, if you tilt it up, that's it. We'll get it in there, that's it. Look at that.
Teamwork, baby.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It's probably the gooeyest teamwork I've ever done. Honestly.
Not mine. All right.
Oh, dope. It actually works.
It does.
The hideous hovercraft. Got like a full-size Proton pack. Can we pull this out? And somebody I know local like picked one up and they were like, oh, this is really impressive, but it's not until now seeing it in person that I can see how impressive it actually is.
Do you want to try it on?
Oh, I would love to. May I?
Of course you can.
Gotta ask me twice.
And then that bit like clips around you.
Damn, it's heavy, yo.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, this is actually lighter than a screen one.
Does it have to screw around belly or out?
Yeah, yeah. Hang on. You got this bit here.
I had a Chinese last night. Might need to be loosened up a bit.
There's the other bit.
Look at that bad boy. So, and how'd you unhook the?
Just pull it out.
The
You should
wand.
just pull it out.
There we go.
And then
It's crazily well
turn
made,
these
isn't it?
on.
Do you know, like when you think of like a Hasbro like mass-produced thing, you think it's going to be like a bit.
I know they've done a good job.
A bit like what's like the opposite of legit. Like it's going to be a bit mass-run, but it just looks like very handmade and
So if
hand-painted.
you switch all the switches on, and then you push
then
this
cross
one
the
forward.
streams.
Push that forward. Put it back towards you. Sorry.
Oh,
And then you press the activation button.
which is wowzers! That's so cool, man.
It even vibrates as well, so you do
It does.
get.
It does.
I couldn't imagine walking around a convention holding that though. The whole.
They do though. I see them at HorrorCon and that. Look at that. It's I've run it out. Woo. need to put some more power in it.
Also, you do
It does.
get.
It does.
I couldn't imagine walking around a convention holding that though. The whole.
They do though. I see them at HorrorCon and that. Look at that. It's I've run it out. Woo. need to put some more power in it. I feel like I There we go. We're back. We're back in action. Oh man.
Although I think
I have a lot of time for that, mate. A lot of time.
I prefer the Proton pack from the cartoon though. I love that blue.
Just the blue blow mold thing.
Yeah, I love them. Although I think
I have a lot of time for that, mate. A lot of time.
I prefer the Proton pack from the cartoon though. I love that blue.
Just the blue blow mold thing.
Yeah, I love them.
It's heavy though. It's heavier than you'd think.
Well, apparently the ones that the pro guys wear, it's like double that because it's all metal and stuff.
Really?
I mean, this has some metal parts, but
Activate. Oh, there we go.
you can turn it on through this way, but I've never tried it.
Just have to say sexy things to it.
Yeah.
You've got an Empire Award.
Yeah, so I made a Ghostbusters in 60 seconds and got to go to the event and everything. Christopher Nolan's sitting behind me. It was really surreal.
No way. What's this award? How many awards have you won?
So that's for a Star Wars fan film, which I wasn't making.
You exclusively win awards for fan films.
Yeah, so the fan film we just made as a lark and we put it on YouTube for fun. And then we got contacted by this company called Atom Films that were owned by MTV, and they had a thing going on with Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, can we put it on our website?" And I was like, "Yeah, if you want to." And then I started to get residuals from
Don't
it.
sue me.
So I got residuals,
Yeah.
they put advertisements on it, and I kept getting checks from it. And then all of a sudden they went, "Oh, you're up for the Star Wars Fan Film Award at the San Diego Comic-Con, which was hosted by Kevin Spacey."
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And we were. And I
Why
was like,
Kevin Spacey for Star Wars?
because he was just hosting. He was there at the Comic-Con.
Okay.
And yeah, we won. It was really weird.
No way, man. And then what we got here, we've got some original film cells.
Yeah, so you've got
Big Beavis and Butthead and Ghostbusters fan then.
Beavis and Butthead is one of my
got the
favourite
two.
cartoons of all time.
Big two.
Just absolutely, like Nosebleed. That one is my favourite episode.
Yeah, I love those old Beavis and Butthead cartoons. They're so like, they're so gnarly and like awkward and weird and like...
Well, you've got the very, very, very first ones where the animation is totally off model. And
when they're just watching MTV videos.
yeah, they're just really, like the animation's really poor, and then it kind of gets a bit more ironed out. Like the very early Beavis and Butthead are actually done digitally, which no one knows.
Really?
And then Mike Judge was like, no, I want them traditionally like hand drawn, painted, cell animation, and they kind of went to that.
So what we've got here is an amp suit that you created for a competition that I ran a few months back now, where we all got one of these avatar robots and we did our own thing with it, and you ended up winning it because how impressive yours was. Like, look at this thing.
Obviously, I've got a YouTube channel as well, and but I haven't got like many followers or friends.
Which is insane for the work he puts into it and how big and impressive his videos are.
In the YouTube space. So I saw you doing this little competition. I thought, yeah, I'll take part in that. That'll be fun. And yeah, after buying
it fun?
After buying 3 amp suits, this is what I came out with.
And then helicopter.
Yeah, he took a tumble off my shelf though, so some of it's a little bit broken, but because he's quite weighty.
Yeah. I mean, one of them was hard enough to like position and things. I don't know what you did it with, like sticking 2 or 3 together and then a helicopter. But I suppose that's when me and you like really connected in it over that thing, because
well, yeah, I mean,
we knew each other through the toy scene, but it wasn't until like I did that competition and then you did that, and I was like, boy, this guy's talented. And I did a deep dive into your YouTube channel and I sent you my number, didn't I? And I would just like, ring me. Like, I just want to give you your flowers. I just want to talk to you and tell you how dope your work is and stuff. I just need to tell you.
I really appreciate that. It was nice. But yeah, his head moves as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, you've also done a video building this thing as well, aren't you, on your YouTube channel? I'm going to put the link to the channel in the description, obviously, because yeah, more people need to be seeing what you're doing. I wanted to like give you a bit of a shout out in some form or another,
and
then I was just like, do you know what? Let's just go to his house and just see it all in person, because what you do is so good, man. And me just doing a little bit of a shout out in a video really wouldn't do it justice to how impressive your videos are and your skills are at creating stuff and restoring and filmmaking and everything that you do. Which probably brings us to what I want to talk about next, actually.
Yeah, sure.
You're a filmmaker. That's probably what me and you connect on more than anything, because we're both people that make movies. We're both people with like lots of random skill sets in different things and try and handle everything ourselves and do it ourselves, so you don't have to ask anyone else to do it, which in turn becomes super stressful because you're handling everything. But yeah, the stuff that you do is super inspiring. You've made music videos for The Prodigy. Do you know what I mean? You're not just someone tinkering away doing this for a bit of fun. This is like your full-time
No, it's my
job.
living.
Yeah,
I do
you
it
make
for
a living from this.
I mean, it took a long time to get to that point, which I don't think people understand how long and how much work you have, like, you know, how much work you have to put in, the graft you have to put in before you get those opportunities. And, you know, it's just about holding in there until you get that opportunity, because a lot of people will get so far and just think that's not going to happen and just deaf it off. But if you're really into it, I mean, for me, and I'm guessing for you, we love it anyway. It's a passion, and we'd do it anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's nice when something bigger comes along and people say, "Oh, we like you. Will you work for us?" And you're like, yeah, of course I will.
But you like doing it for yourself and then doing it for someone else for a music video, and being able to have a budget and buy stuff that you wouldn't normally buy, and being able to test your skills in different ways that you wouldn't normally do if it were for your own thing. Yeah. It really allows you to push to the next level.
Yeah, exactly.
And your stuff now is so flawless. I'll add some clips over what we're talking now of your stop motion and just the angles that you use. Like, I've got some real good stop motion animator friends that all do their own thing, and I would 100% put you up with all them. Do you know what I mean? Right by like how impressive your stuff is. Like, it's to a point now, your work, where it's very flawless in my opinion.
I mean, a lot of the things I do in camera angles and stuff, it's all a bit jerry-rigged and MacGyvered. Like, sometimes it'll just be like a lazy Susan.
Yeah.
You know, like a cake stand that I put something on and I have to have a camera on something else and I'll move at the same time. Like, I don't have like all the motion control stuff, so I have to kind of blag it. But it works.
It really does work.
You know.
So this kind of armature, is that what
you use?
So
this is a pro one. That's like one of the basic ones. These are from animationsupplies.net. And these are my favourite, at least UK-based armatures.
And you can stick them together for the proportions you want?
Yeah, I generally tend to stick to the actual guides that they give you, just because otherwise it's a lot of working out that you have to do. But yeah, you just get like a little plan like that, and then you just have to cut all the rods and that to shape.
Oh, really?
And then...
And Ray Harryhausen's dad used to make his own.
Yeah, I know.
How crazy is that?
Like, just do them in his kitchen or whatever.
All right, let's have a look in this box.
Yeah, there's just all loads of...
Oi! Havoc staff.
Here goes, another one.
Did you make a few? Well, that's even better. Why did you make... Was that for that, or did you just make it
No, that
anyway?
was for something else.
That's beautiful. So you get to a point when you start making your own toys where it's like, why am I even buying toys
Well, that's
anymore?
where I'm at now.
I just
Like,
can make the stuff I
The
want.
toys that I want don't exist. The only toys that I want will come from my brain. Does that? I know. I don't know if that sounds big-headed or whatever, but I kind of just want to see the stuff.
Just looking at what you make, like, that's not big-headed, that's just facts.
Like, I didn't know what to do for my first live stream, so I thought, do I do a character from a music video I'm about to make? But I thought it'd probably be best to make something that everybody kind of knows.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Skeletor's iconic, man.
Exactly. And made his head out of FIMO so his mouth can actually...
No way. So you made this for a live stream. I watched the whole of the live stream. The first part, the second part I was busy, then watched it after. But you did this whole thing, built it on a 2-part live stream. And we were all just chatting movies and cartoons and toys and stuff. It was awesome.
But I don't know about you, but I always think Skeletor needs a cape, so I gave him a cape.
No, for sure. That looks dope with a cape.
And then this is something else I'm working on. This is like...
The size of this, man.
This is for like an album artwork, and I've been making all these little monsters that kind of go along with it.
So these are not being animated, these are part of an album cover fold-out
Yeah,
vinyl.
I mean, they might be somewhere down the road, but these technically can't be animated.
Yeah.
I mean, they could, but they're made out of like solid foam core.
Yeah, they're wicked though.
Yeah, made loads
Is this
of
more psychedelic porn crumpets
these.
stuff?
Yeah.
You've got such a distinct style throughout all your work, like very much an aesthetic to it now, that I could pick it out of 100 different things and go, that's one of Ollie's.
That's what I've, like, when you start doing these kinds of things.
You found your soul.
Yeah, like, I think, I wouldn't say I'm quite there, but because I like things to be fairly simple. I don't like things to be overcomplicated with too much detail, especially when you're doing claymation.
As opposed to me that puts thousands of detail in everything and stress myself.
That works for you though.
Yeah.
But like for me, like when it comes to making a stop motion film, I can't have that much detail on a character because it'll get mushed around or whatever. So you kind of strip it down to kind of its bare essentials. And I think my favourite character I've ever made is T-Bone McLaser Blast, but I haven't got a stop motion model of him, but I've got the toy I've been making of him.
You're making your own action figures as well.
Yeah.
On top of everything else that you do, you're also making your own action figures. This is a dude that was originally part of a stop motion music video, right?
Yeah,
now you've
there's
turned him
3
into an
videos,
action
it's
figure.
like one big long story. And,
can we take a look at it?
Of course you can.
So, this is the finished version, the finished resin made version.
This is the very first one, so I've probably got to do a few more casts just to make sure he's perfect. Because I actually want to cast the blue. I want the blue resin to be the blue, so I don't have to paint it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So that'll be like the prime colour.
Yeah.
It's cast all in that blue.
But I'm so chuffed with how he actually works.
That's the minifigure that goes with him as
so
well.
like
You've got to have a minifigure.
So in the video, he has a companion that's this little blob.
Red blob slime as well.
These looks a bit happier, but I was thinking those old Playmates figures, they always look mean.
Everyone looks grumpy, even the nice characters, yeah.
I made his little companion a little bit meaner.
So that one's actually made from Sculpey. That's not resin or anything.
Yeah. So if you were to drop that, it'd probably break. Whereas if you drop that, he's fine.
Oh man, I love it.
But like you'll do 3D sculpting, won't you? I think.
Yeah. I can do hand sculpting, but I much prefer to do it digital.
I would like to give 3D sculpting a go. Actually, there's one thing I need to talk to you about is printers, because I am tempted to get a
Really? Yeah, we can
3D
talk
printer.
3D printers. Changed my life.
I did a music video for this band called Bear Makes Ninja a long time ago. And I just made the character that was from the video. So it doesn't move apart from the head.
So it's just like So it was a stop motion animation that you made? But
no, it's actually got an actress in it.
Oh, right,
And she was on green screen. I created all the world around it.
No way. So then you made like that's so dope, man. That's so dope. Like.
And then this one, when I was doing the Toxic Crusaders,
just all the spare
just
bits
the spare,
resin.
I just poured it into the mould, and that's what came out.
Oh, dude.
I've lost the actual original head
It's
mould.
got a little ring in a nose, and
but it's meant to be a bit tank girlish.
Yeah, 100%. A bit Tank Girl meets Mass Effect.
And then that's the very first thing I ever made, apart from the Proton pack, is that turtle.
Oh, wicked. So what's that made from? Is that a sculpted
That's resin
thing?
as well.
Oh, so you've actually made it from Sculpit and then cast it in resin as well?
Yeah, and then that's the second turtle I made.
Oh, man, it's so good. If you'd have told me this is a Super 7, I would have been like, yeah, mint, that looks great.
This was for an animation night we have here in Birmingham called Overlap. And
There's a little I made this character as well.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit like that, but the logo for Overlap is 2 eyeballs. And last year they did, every like Overlap is themed, and one was called Rearrange. So, you know the toy Modulock?
Yeah, love Modulock.
So I bought loads of Modulock parts, and I cut all them off and built arms and legs and that, and so I made a toy that you could
I get you.
like rearrange. So and then so everyone who showed a film got one of these.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, you made lots then.
So I made lots, but again I didn't have all this stuff. So there's a few air bubbles and stuff.
Oh yeah, but that's all just part of the learning. My first thing had lots of air bubbles in.
But I did it on the hottest day of the year. I made them all, and it was just hell on earth in making all these. But it's all good fun. Gigolo Theo.
So randomly, a friend of mine down in Cornwall had a load of stuff for me. He was clearing out a VHS shop, and he took a load of stuff for himself because he's a big VHS collector, and he also put a load of stuff to one side for me, but it was going to cost about 100 quid to post it up. And then randomly that guy was up in this area in Tamworth a few weeks ago, and I said, can you drop it off at Ollie's and I'll pick it up from him? So Ollie were like my midway stop to get all this dope stuff. So while we're here, we're just gonna have a look at all the cool stuff that he brought me. And I know what a lot of it is in terms of, there's a lot of cool VHS, and if you know me, I love my VHS, and everyone in this room loves VHS. We'll appreciate this stuff, but there's some nice big box X rental pieces in here. Check that. I'll cover the breast, so I don't have to click on my little monetizing thing that there's nudity in there. Oh, this is a beast one, Iron Warrior. When we're getting all these like Beastmaster, Conan rip-off type movies. That's wicked. Freddy's Nightmares. I had a whole set of these and sold them before I went to Japan, so it's nice to get some of them back. They're all in these blue sleeves like that. They're a real nice set when you've got them all from the Freddy's Nightmares TV show. Creepers, which is actually Phenomena. Dario Argento. But
oh, that's Phenomena?
over here, yeah.
Oh shit.
From the makers of Suspiria and Tenebrae.
So I've got Phenomena, I didn't know you had a different...
With Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
Amazons. That's sort of a classic one with Boris Valerio.
So that's not a UK 18 certificate then? Or it is?
Yeah, that is a UK 18.
So why is it called Creepers here then?
It's the same reason that Pumpkinhead is called Vengeance of the Demon and things. It's
Fair
just,
enough.
they just call them different in different territories. Amazons. This one here is a dope piece. Check that, look. Original Zombie Flesh Eaters. Pre-cert. That's an actual beast. In that old nice clamshell VHS.
Zombie versus shark.
Yeah, you want to see a zombie versus shark? Then Zombie Flesh Eaters is the movie for you. Dope Fabio Frizzi score, dope Ginetto De Rossi effects, Lucio Fulci on the directing, Ian McCullen and Al Cleaver, and yeah, so much going on in this movie. If you've never watched Zombie Flesh Eaters, then this is an absolute banger. Phantasm 2, big box. The Barbarians, you know about the Barbarians?
I do, they make out.
It's his favourite scene. Oh yeah, man. Another like Conan rip-off with two dudes. And you've got
brothers?
Two
Twins,
brothers. Two twin brothers who were like pretty famous at the time for being like two barbarian looking brothers. And then we've also got the Hills of Eyes there. Cut and Run is there again.
Oh, what's his name? Michael? No.
Michael Berryman.
Michael Berryman.
I don't know why I had to pause there. Yeah, Michael Berryman. Another Freddy's Nightmares. There's quite a few Freddy's Nightmares in here as well, which is nice. The movie that pretty much got me into wanting to make movies. I think for many people, we watched Bad Taste, and then we went out of our way to find Good Taste made Bad Taste on VHS, which was the making of this movie, which is Peter Jackson, who made Lord of the Rings and King Kong and everything, and went on to become one of the biggest movie makers ever. It's his first ever movie, and he did everything himself, something that myself and Ollie relate to, doing the effects, the camera work, building all the guns for it like I did in Unit 11, and building like camera rigs and playing multiple characters with different makeup on and stuff. And yeah, an absolute banger. If you've never seen Bad Taste, that's another beast one. I don't know how this turned into me reviewing like my top.
I mean, he
top
made all
favourite
these
movies.
in his oven.
Yeah, he made them. He said he purposely left the head flat so that he could keep it inside his oven.
And it took him like 5 years because he could only borrow the camera on a Sunday or something like that.
There's a bit of
That piece of plasticine.
all this plasticine in there. So yeah, loads of VHS in there. The letter Theo's bag.
Got Return of the Living
put
Dead
that on
Part
top.
3.
Return of the Living Dead Part 3. Yeah. If you ever watched Thinner and liked the gypsy girl dancing around in Thinner, then you're gonna love this one.
And the OC.
And the OC.
She was a mom in the OC, wasn't she?
Oh, so this is a poster from Halloween Horror Nights from Universal Studios in 2000. So that's something that you would have only got if you was at Halloween Horror Nights. Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios.
Oh, I see. So that was from one of the, like, the mazes or whatever.
I think so. Well, he's been putting stuff in a pile for me for months and months, so I forget what all this stuff is. But I know that he also gets some posters printed himself just by a printer who does him stuff. So maybe these are from there. They don't feel like old video shop posters, but they look nice in frames. That's like one of my favourite Nightmare on Elm Street movies. But Friday the 13th, by the way. Kane Hodder told me when I worked with him that he filmed in New York for one day. Actually in New York for one day in Times Square, and Hands of Steel, another wicked Italian post-apocalyptic cyborg rip-off. So we got some posters there. This is some old Japanese toy that he passed me as well. He finds things and he says, "Oh, do you want this?" So this is an old Japanese toy that he's put in there. An old connectors thing. Just look nice on the shelf for the Shoguns. And then another Toxic comic that I don't have. I remember what this is. I'm big into graffiti art, and this is the 25th anniversary of Subway art. If you're into graffiti and stuff, like this is like a legendary book that were released in the, I believe, like the mid 80s, early 90s, showcasing all like the late 70s and early 80s graffiti legends of New York, and then they did like a big coffee table re-release of it, the 25th anniversary, and it's just a real nice big version of that book, which is dope. These are awesome. So he had these at this shop, and I made him an offer on them and he accepted it. These are old Japanese mecha cookie jars. Check that. I never thought I'd have cookie jars in my collection, but you can't turn it down when it's Japanese mech suits. And there's 2 of these. And I showed him Ancient Mariner, and he'd never seen them before.
Really?
No, he was like, I've not seen those before. And this is why he, again, didn't want to post them, because you don't want to post them and damage them. But how cool are those? 2 mad ceramic mecha cookie jars. And then also just a bag of random accessories and stuff that he found. Action figures and bits, some Defenders of the Earth and things. And also got some more. It's a bit of Action Masters, that looks like, and a Transformer there. And Spook is on VHS with cover art by Graham Humphreys, the Horrorcon homie. So yeah, man. Shouts to Phil for sorting me out this box of stuff. There's some absolute bangers in here, and gonna look forward to getting home and having a proper look through all this stuff. We're going to film a cameo for Oliver's movie. He's got a movie coming out, a bit like my movie that he's been making for a long time, and it's finally almost at a point now where he can do the final edit on it and things. And he asked me if I wanted a cameo and if Bentlegs wanted to operate a puppet, and we were more than willing to get involved. So that's what we're going to film now, a little bit of a cameo. So you won't see what we film, because obviously you're going to have to wait to see the movie when it's actually out. But yeah, we're going to get into that. I'm going to get into costume, so I'll be in that costume in 3, 2, 1. Which is basically just like a more vibrant edition of the clothes that I normally wear. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into the cameo. We've got Bentlegs' puppet already, and yeah, we'll catch up with you when we're all done. So that's us just done at Ollie's house from I made this, and as you can see, he's just such a talented dude, man. Came out super inspired, saw all of his toy collection, and then the restoration stuff that he does, and then of course the stop motion animation that he does and the toys that he's making, and then we filmed the cameo. So if you enjoyed this episode, then please don't forget to give it a like, and get ready for the next episode where we're heading now to meet Toys R Us, aka Russell, who is another toy YouTuber that specialises in Transformers. So this is going to be an awesome episode that we're going to film now, that you'll be able to see in the next episode that I drop here on Slimehouse TV. So like I said, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. Check out the links below to check out anything that Ollie's made, and also the Patreon and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, we'll catch you in that next episode. Pow!